4 o'clock. Hi, everybody. Hello, Leap Nation. We are live. My name is Adhanet. I am the founder of Leap. That's Love to Empower a Person. This is a place where we break family cycles or generational cycles of trauma, or what I call curse and family thinking patterns, and find our purpose by transforming our mindset. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be waiting a little bit so everybody can join me. I see some of you guys are already joining me. Hello, Salam. Hi, Johanna. Daniel, I see you. Nazareth, thank you all. I feel like today's message is going to be really important. It is going to be long because all my messages are long, but it's going to be really important. It is simple, but if you get it, I'm telling you, if you get it, it will change your life. Some of you have heard this before, but you know, sometimes even if we hear something, if we're not in that season of our life, I see Daniel, if we're not in that season of receiving in our life, it just, you know, it doesn't make sense. But hopefully I pray that this is the season in your life, and we'll go ahead and start. But first I would like to start by thanking everybody that's been supporting me, encouraging me. It's just been humbling and encouraging to get all the messages from you guys, all the questions. I love those. Please keep them coming. I would like this to be a dialogue, not a monologue. I don't want to be sitting here and talking to myself. You know, that's how it feels like. So please ask me questions. If you, by the way, እንድሕር English ታሽሙ ይሓፅረኩም ኮይኑ ዋላ ብትግርኛ ጽሓፍ ላይ ሞ ትግርኛ ከንብብ ይኽእለ ይሓፅረኒ ቁርብ ከዛርብ ግን ከንብብ ይኽእለ እንድሕር ዝኾነ ሕተለኩም ብትግርኛ ጽሓፍ ላይ ከንብብ ይኽእለ thank you Abraham, I see you. Hi Kasai, hi. We will start, and like I said, I thank you all. I appreciate you all just for all the supports that I've been getting. It's amazing. That's what happens when you operate in your blessing, when you operate in your purpose, where you're supposed to be walking. That's what happens. Everything follows. Everybody just encourages you. Everybody, you get that positive when you give in or give out or send out that positive energy. You get that back. When I bless you, you also bless me. It's a cycle, and I want you to remember that. It's a cycle. When I bless you, you bless me. Because you encourage me to study more, you encourage me to search myself more, to find out more. So when I bless you, that's also a blessing to me. So we want to make sure to keep that cycle going. I want you to remember that cycle, okay? So today's message is about blessings and success, okay? Blessings and success. Thank you. I appreciate that, Kasai. I appreciate that. So what is it? And like I said, there's only one ability that you need to be successful in all areas of your life. Not just in one, all areas. We're talking about, you know, abandoned area. We're talking about success in your health, success in your family, success in your wealth, you know, money-wise, success in your education, success in your marriage, success in your child raising, and everything, different kind of success. There's not only one kind of success. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And so what is that? What is that ability that you need to have? And I'm not going to let you wait. I'm going to tell you, but I will tell you why that is important. That is the only important thing that you need to know, okay? And I'm going to tell you my story, how I was able to make that happen, how I was able to apply that, what I'm going to be telling you, to myself, and how that helped me, okay? And got me close to my siblings, my family. I will tell you that, okay? So what is that ability? That ability is going to be to break a family or generational cycle, okay? You have to be able to break a family or generational cycle of trauma, or what I call curse. And there's going to be a reason why I call it curse. Because, you know, when a trauma happens, there's like personal trauma that happens to you, but I call it a curse when it's something that came from back your family, or generational curse, like even just going 3 generational back, okay? Whether it's the way you think, the way you see the world, okay? That's not yours. It didn't start with you. But if you look back, okay? That's what I mean, like a generational, that's a cycle of a generational curse. Even if it's a trauma, like I said, it's not your trauma. It started somewhere else. It didn't start with you. But what I need you to know today is, it didn't start with you, but it can end in you, or it can end with you. If you choose to break that cycle, if you choose to pinpoint, go back and say, wait a minute, where is this? Where did this start? Okay? And make a choice and break that, so you can walk in your destiny, or what you're destined to do. You can walk to your success, or walk in your success. All right. So what is that? Like I said, to break that family cycle of trauma, or family cycle of generational cycle of curse or thinking pattern, okay? That ability is like, so what do you need to do? You need to be able to give up something from your past. You need to process that, okay? If you don't have the ability to do that, you're not going to be able to have true success in all those areas. You might have some success, like maybe in money. You might be able to make lots of money, but that doesn't mean you have success in all areas. Because think about it, some people are able to make lots of money, but then they have really terrible relationship with their siblings or their family members. So that is not true success. That's just one success, okay? And true success is the ability to master everything in life, in your life, okay? If you have that, then you have true success. So so knowing, what will help today is knowing that everything operates in cycle. Everything, I mean everything. Think about it. From the beginning of time, from the beginning when God was creating the world, okay? Everything starts with a cycle. It starts with one thing. He thought about it and said, wait, I'm going to create this. And he said, he started that in motion. Let me see. I see you guys. Okay. So he started that cycle, and it never ended, right? It never ended. That cycle goes and goes. So it's the same thing with blessings and curses, or blessings, or, not having blessing. So if that's true, I mean, think about it. You know how sometimes you have blessing, like it seems like everything you touch, you see God's blessing. You're blessing this, but in some time, something kind of like comes in the between, and then you see some negative things coming through. Then that's what we're talking about, that cycle. If you're operating in that cycle of success, that cycle will be able to continue, okay? But if your family is not operating in that cycle, which we're talking about the cycle of success, then that's also going to continue. That curse, that trauma, okay, that negative energy, that negative spirit is also going to go on and go on from generation to generation, as it has been always, unless you make the decision and say, wait a minute, there's something bigger in here that's happening. I need to stop this, okay? And it is hard, but you need to think, because here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something. And you know this. Thank you. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you don't understand what I'm saying, please let me know, because I'll be able to explain to you guys more. Here's one thing. We're already blessed, right? You are already blessed. We're all blessed. When you were born, even before you were born in this earth, you are blessed. You and I were blessed. But what happened? Hello, that's my sister. Hi, thank you for joining me. So what happened? How come? How did we get, you know, how did we get detoured, or how did we get away from our destiny or from our blessing? It's that cycle, I'm telling you. If God has already blessed us, why are we not walking in our blessing? It's because of the family cycle of thinking patterns. Okay? If you have all the things that you've been learning when you were young, all the things that are, wrong with you, all the things that are negative about you, everything, if you've been feeling or being told this, you forget that you've already been blessed. You were born blessed. So you forget that and you operate, guess what? Then that cycle of the curse cycle or that family trauma continues to operate in you, even without you knowing, okay? Unconsciously, you're operating in that, okay? So that's what we're talking about. You need to be able to pinpoint on things. And I'm going to tell you exactly an example in mind. And like I said, to me, I'm going to tell you guys whether it's my personal journey, my personal life, or if it's something that my clients, like I said, I'm never going to tell you their names, but things that I see. I'm going to tell you something. I am really good. I know 100% that I'm really good at. I'm really good at seeing family cycles and everything with all my clients, with all the people that I see that I work with. I'm able, when they're telling me their problems, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a mental health counselor. I'm a therapist. I've been a therapist for 10 years now, over 10 years, but able to work with people, with families, with individuals. I'm able to see that family cycle. When they're telling me their issues, when they're telling me their problems, I'm able to see that. Okay? And then also I applied that to my family. I'm also able to see, wait a minute, there's something not, there's something not right here. There's something that's operating here that didn't start with me, but there's something that I need to fix so it can stop, it can end with me and not pass to the next generation. That would be my kids and my kids' kids. So that's what I'm telling you. You have the power. You have the power. Okay? You have the power to stop your family cycle. You have the power to stop your family cycle of thinking patterns, your family cycle of trauma, your family cycle, generational cycles of curse. Okay? You have to know that. You have the power. And I'm going to tell you how to do this. Like I said, I will tell you. Okay? Think about it. Everything in life responds after its own like. Okay? Like attracts like. Okay? And you can only produce what you are, what you think. Remember, you are what you think. And what you think makes a decision. And you see that cycle, how it goes? And like I said, if you guys don't understand, just ask me, please. I like questions because they help me a lot. And I want to make sure you guys are understanding this. So, what I want you to know is, all you need to know is that generational curses, family traumas may not start in you or did not start with you, but you can end it. It can end with you, okay? You see, in order to alter or change your destiny, you have to be able to break that cycle. There's no way else. There's no way you can be, you're able to move on, move into your blessing that's already been given to you. But you have to let go. You have to give up the stuff that you were given from your family, the stuff that you were given from anybody. Oh, I thank you for that question. I will answer that later. You don't want to hear my Tigrinya Haji. Tigrinya is about icon, so, but kinfitinina daharai, okay? But thank you for that though. Like I said, because we already talked about that. You are the designer of your destiny, okay? You are the designer of your destiny. And in order to change things, in order to alter some things in your destiny, you have to break that cycle. Hi, Samsung, I see you. Thank you for joining me. So you have to make your life, your mind empty of those things that you have acquired. The old thinking patterns, the new, so that the new stuff can come in. God's blessing, new mindset, new blessings, new opportunities can come in, okay? But like I said, if your life is already full of the stuff that is not serving you and have not been serving your family anyway, where's the new stuff going to go? There's no way. So you have to let it go. You have to release it, okay? You have to let it go. You have to give it up. Without giving it up, there's nothing else that can come in. Think about it. If this hand is full of stuff, nothing else can come in. You have to open it up. Thank you. You have to open it and let it go. Give up some stuff that's not serving you, that has not been serving in your family. So let it go so the new things can come, okay? So my question is, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to change within your family? What is it that you need? What kind of family cycle do you need to break within your family? And every family has this, okay? Don't think, let me tell you something. What I've learned from working in mental health, okay? Every family is dysfunctional. So don't ever think your family is dysfunctional, the only dysfunctional family, okay? No, every family is dysfunctional, okay? Think about it, and my friend Samson will tell you this. Even the first family, Adam and Eve, was dysfunctional. Can it get more dysfunctional than that? And then also, remember Joseph's family. Remember that? Very dysfunctional. All the stuff in there. So every family is dysfunctional. Never be ashamed of your family. It's just, you were born into that, and it's dysfunctional. So to me, every family is dysfunctional. It just differs in the level of dysfunctionality. Some could be mildly dysfunctional, some, severely, okay? Some moderately, but some severely, okay? Depending on the seasons, but anyway. So never be ashamed of your family or what happened to you or where you come from, because there's a reason, and there's a reason why you're the way you are, because of what you're going through. We talked about this already. So what is it that you're willing to give up? Can you look back in your family and all you can actually now signs? And what excites me is the Bible has already been telling us this, okay? The Bible has already, there's only one book, one word. That's the truth, never changing, never altered, never everything, the Bible. It's already been telling us this. You're blessed. Everything is telling us. What I find interesting is, studying psychology, and a lot of Christian counselors would tell you, is that, when you realize that, wait a minute, psychology books, all those peoples that have created the, different models of psychology or therapy, they actually got everything from the Bible. The only thing they did is change the name, okay? Change the name and make it their own and put it out there and say, hey, I made this. Okay, so let's talk about behavior. Can we say spirit? Okay, you know how they tell you, oh, don't hate the behavior, or that's just the behavior, not the person. And the Bible tells you, don't hate the person. You can hate the behavior. You see what I mean? Do you guys understand that? So a lot of people who have studied psychology, everything is like it came from the Bible. To me, like, I've known that, like when I was studying in my undergrad, I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually, all the stuff they're saying, it's in the Bible. What they did is they took it out of there, they changed it, make it their own, and then, so that's what I'm talking about. And to me, that's interesting how also science, neurology and everything is catching up to the Bible. It's kind of like, wait, now they can actually prove. I'm talking about proof, and you guys can do research. They can prove that PTSD, okay, we're talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, is passed from generation to generation. That's very interesting because the Bible already tells us, okay? The Bible already tells us any curse, generational curse, is passed from one generation to another generation. So now something that interests me was like, wait a minute, PTSD can pass from one family to another family. That's very interesting. What they found is people and that were Holocaust survivors, okay? This has been proven. You guys can do your research, like I said, that have survived in the Holocaust, from the Holocaust. When they came here, they did study after so many years. Their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren were experiencing symptoms of trauma, symptoms of PTSD. They never been in the Holocaust. They never went through that. But they were experiencing the same symptoms, okay? The same symptoms. So then, after doing so many therapies, so many research and stuff, they realized, wait a minute, these kids are connected to the people who survived the Holocaust. So what does that tell us? Trauma. And that's why I'm always saying, it's very important for you. It's very important for you when you go through trauma. It's very important for you to process that and to move on forward, to move forward. Process that, not forget it, okay? Not forget it, because there's always a lesson. How horrible, no matter how horrible it was, there's always a lesson to be learned, and move forward, okay? Move forward. So what happened is, what they have learned, like I said, these kids of the Holocaust survivors, the grandchildren, great-grandchildren, were having the same symptoms, or the PTSDs. What does that tell you? It was passing through that energy, okay? It was passing through that. The spirit was passing from the grandkids or grandparents or great-grandparents to these kids. Now, I want you to think about depression. I want you to think about any mood disorders, any other mental health. Do you know how many people, okay, and if you're in the mental health, tell me this. Do you know how many people that feel suicidal, that are depressed, and they don't know why? They don't know why. Why am I suicidal? Why am I feeling this way? Why am I sad? I shouldn't even be sad. Why am I sad? Now, what they can prove now, what science can prove is, wait a minute, this stuff actually can pass from one generation to another. But of course, you always think about your family history. Does depression, run in your history? Does bipolar run in your history? Does this? We always ask in mental health too. But the Bible has been telling us this. It is that generational cycle, okay? So always know your family history. It's very important. It's not only important for, when you have diabetes, when you have heart problems, when you have kidney problems, that's important. But it is also important in every area of your life. The way you deal with money, the way you deal your relationship with your husband, the way you deal with your siblings, the way you deal with your kids, the way you deal with people in general. And hear me out, some stuff is going to be uncomfortable when I discuss things. But what did I tell you guys? You have to be uncomfortable to grow. You have to be uncomfortable to grow. You can't just be comfortable and sitting and grow. Nothing grows. When the seed grows from the inside, from the ground, what happens? Okay? What happens? The ground has to open up. Okay? It has to open up. And it's very uncomfortable for the seed that was a little bit whole. What happens to that seed when it's blossoming, opening? That's very uncomfortable, okay? So for you to have that kind of experience, you have to experience uncomfortability, okay? What I always say, intentionally be uncomfortable, okay? It's okay to be uncomfortable. Everything that teaches you in life, failure is very uncomfortable, but that's very important in life to teach us the lesson. You never learn a lesson from success. When you're successful, you don't learn a lesson from that. You learn from your failures, okay? But anyway, the reason why I'm saying is it's very important to know your family history. It's very important to know so you can pinpoint, wait a minute, where did this come from? It didn't begin with me. It didn't start with me, but where did this come from? And what do I need to do to stop this so it does not go to the next generation? It does not go to your children. Okay, I have children right now. I have two, okay? Grace and Faith. I have two. I always think about that. Wait a minute. I don't want this stuff to pass to my kids. So you are responsibility. You have responsibility, okay, to take responsibility for your life and for the next generation. Okay, for the next generation. So like I said, success, curse, whatever it is, everything operates in cycle. And the good thing about that is, like I said, so if you miss your blessing, the blessing that was already given to you this season, the good thing about that is there's next season. So you missed your blessing over the summer, but guess what? Fall just appeared. That's a new blessing. That's a new moment that you can go ahead and start again, okay? And walk towards your destiny. Walk in your blessing that was already given to you, okay? So be willing to examine yourself, to examine your thinking, to examine your mindset, and find out what is not serving you, what has not been serving your family, and break that cycle. And I always tell you guys this. I'm not saying blame your family for this. We only do what we know. When you know better, hopefully you will choose to do better. And I always tell you guys, because if you don't do that, to me, that's the definition of muhur dankara. If you learn something here, and I always tell you guys to inspire you to do something different. If you learn something, you waste your time. You know what I mean? To learn something, if you don't go and apply it, you just wasted your time. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Tell me if you guys get it, or tell me if I'm wrong. But it's common sense. So you're wasting your time, or you're investing. Let me say, you're investing your time to watch me learn something, learn some kind of value from this. But if you don't apply it, you just wasted your time. You see what I mean? So be willing to learn something. Be willing, okay, to learn something and do better. When you know better, choose to do better, okay? Don't blame your family. Don't blame your generation, your 3 generations or 4 generations, whatever. That's not what I'm telling you. They only did what they know better at that time. But this time, through the power of technology, through the power of whatever it is that we're given, this energy, you're able to know better, more. You have access to more knowledge. You have access to a lot of things that you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You can't say, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. No, there's so much information. There's so much knowledge that you can find these days because of technology. You could be living in Adhanet and learn a lot of things about America or things that happen in America. I mean, in this day and age, if you seek knowledge, it will be given to you. Just seek it. So if you seek that success, you will find it because it's already in you. It's already in you. You're not looking for something that's never. It's in you, inside of you. What you need to learn is to dig deep in there, to, like I said, to give up all the naysayers and a lot of negative energies, negative spirit that you were filled when you were a child. By your family, by your parents, by your parents' friends, by your neighbors. God help us. Everybody speaks over your life, which is kind of, it's kind of sad, but it's a good thing in a way. But sometimes anybody can speak in your, on your life. It's like, oh, this kid is this kid will never be this kid. And what happens, we start believing in that. So that's what I'm talking about. We need to be able to break that cycle, but you can only do that. When you stop and say, wait, what is it that's something that's not serving me in my life? What is it something that this cycle just seems to happen, and it's not allowing me to be successful in this area of my life, whether it's marriage, whether it's health, whether it's, wealth, whether it's education, whatever it is. You have to think and say, what is it? Where it didn't originate in me. It didn't start with me. But yes, Yohara, get away from the negative spirits. Yes. But what can I do? You have the power. You have the power to break that cycle if you're willing to do that. okay? So, and like I said, and what will happen is, like I said, if you're not willing to break that cycle, guess what's going to happen? Whatever you don't deal in yourself right now, the cycle goes on to your children, just like your parents, your great-grandparents gave it to you. The cycle never stops, okay? A cycle is a cycle. There has to be something that stops it. So if you don't stop it, if you don't take care of it, it will be passed on to your children, and they have to deal with whatever it is. So, you know, like I said, you have to break. Everything is a cycle, like I said. So if you want to be successful in every area of your life, your marriage, with your siblings and everything, you should, you know, be able to break those cycles. So I'm going to tell you a story right now about myself. I'm going to be telling you about myself. And the reason why I'm telling you this is okay. The reason why I'm telling you this is, I'm getting distracted in here. There's a lot of questions. I will deal with those later, but that's not the reason why we're here. So I will deal with this later. Okay. So I'm not going to see your questions right now. I'm going to come back and deal with them, because there's a lot of stuff that's not about this, and I will deal with that later. Okay. So what is it that I did to break something that, because there's a lot of cycles, a lot of things. So what is it that I did for me personally? Because we're talking about personal in here. You cannot change somebody else. You cannot change the government. You cannot change your sister. You cannot change your husband. You cannot change nobody else but you. Be responsible for you. Be responsible for your success. Let's start with ourselves, okay? That's what I'm telling you, okay? So, because that's the only power you have, to change yourself, to change your mindset. If you can do that, if each of us can do that, then we'll be able, you know what I mean? The world will be a better place. So let's go on to my story. And the reason why I'm telling you is to be inspired to do something. I always told you guys I'm the most imperfect person I know, and I'm a perfectionist, which is funny, haha. You guys might not get it, but yes. So I'm going to tell you a story how I did something to help me connect better with my siblings, with my family. And this has been recent. It hasn't been years. So I'm going to tell you that, okay? This is going to help you take responsibilities. Like I said, we can only change ourselves, okay? And like I said, I'm a very imperfect person, and I'm good with that, okay? Because when you know you're imperfect, the only thing that's perfect is God, okay? But we're all imperfect, and I'm good with that. So anyway, so I'm going to tell you, usually people tell me professionally, my friends and everything, they always tell me how I'm able to inspire them, how I'm able to advise them doing things. And my job, I'm really successful at doing that with my clients and with my friends and anybody outside. But what I notice is with my family, within my siblings and stuff, by the way, I do have a great friendship or relationship with my siblings, so that's why I'm able to talk about this. They're always watching me here. So, but I want to tell you something, what I have noticed about myself, and I was able to break a cycle, okay? What I noticed is I'm able to give them, you know, advices, sometimes even when they don't ask me, you know, how it is. I'm the oldest of my siblings. There's 4 of us. So being as the oldest and a Habesha person, I mean, I was putting, you know, my mouth, everything, there's something that I don't agree what they did. I would just be like, why are you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? That's it, the Habesha thing. Not only Habesha thing anyway, it's every world thing like I told you last time. But anyway, so my relationship with them was not as I want it to be. It was great. It's great. But and this is only with my family and my siblings, because everybody else tells me, oh, this really helped me, what you said. But with my family and my siblings, I noticed that I get very frustrated sometimes. I get frustrated when I see them do things, the same thing. And, you know, I'm like, are you kidding me? You live with me and I tell you this, you know, time after time to do this, and you don't get it? And I would get really frustrated. And the way I tell them things, and like I said, it's the truth. But the way I say it sometimes is confrontational. It's not carefrontational. And they notice that. And so what I notice is, wait a minute, it seems like I'm telling them the same thing all the time. I'm always telling them the same thing. But they don't seem to get it. It's like, why are we dealing? It's like different situation, but the same thing. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you. Anyway, my siblings, thank you. But anyway, so what I notice is, wait a minute, what is going on? Why is it that other people are telling me that I'm able to inspire them? I'm able to do, but is it not true? Why is it not working with my siblings? Why is it not working with my family? Why do I feel like they're doing the same thing all the time? I would get frustrated. Yeah, my sister, here you go. My sister says she used to do that all the time. Okay. Anyway, I would get frustrated. And another thing about myself, I'm going to tell you. I do everything. When somebody asks me, I do everything that I can, that I'm able to help people, okay? Everything that I can. And the best of my knowledge, my ability. And the same thing with my family. But I noticed something else. Even though I'm doing everything, 100%, I always complain while I'm doing it. Do you guys, please tell me if you guys do this too. Don't just like throw me by myself, tell me. And I know this might be also that Habesha thing, but anyway, I notice like I'm doing something. I'm always doing something for my family, whatever it is, but I'm always complaining while I'm doing it. You know, like, oh, I'm tired of doing this all the time. It just, you know, why do I have to? And I'm doing this all the time. Okay? I was doing this. So what I notice is, wait, why do I do this? You know? And let me tell you, the most important was, I asked my siblings. I also asked my husband. And I asked my mom, all of them in different areas, you know, different, separately. I said, can I ask you something? I asked them, can I ask you something? Can you guys tell me something that I can do different? I feel like I say stuff to empower you guys. I say stuff to help you guys. But I feel sometimes it's like, wait, am I doing something wrong? You know what I mean? I asked them that. And they were all, and I remember I asked them all different, in different places, different time. And they all told me the same thing. And they said, Adhanet, everything you say is truth. Everything you say is encouraging, or you know what I mean? Everything you say is the truth and something that can help people, that can, but exactly. You got that, Daniel, you got that. That's one of them. So yes, exactly, you got that, my friend Daniel. So what happened is, I would be, like Daniel said, I would be talking at them. I'd be like, why can't you get this? It's the same thing. Maybe you got this with this person, but now it's with this person. Maybe it was with this kind of material, but not with it. But it's the same thing. I have that ability to see a pattern, okay? I guess because I was trained to do that in school. I'm able to see that pattern, that behavior that repeats. You know what I mean? So I'm able to say to people, when a storm is coming, I'm able to say, hey, there's a storm coming. That's metaphor, okay? I'm not trying to say I'm the weatherman. No, I'll tell them something is going to happen if you don't change your ways. This is what's going to happen. Okay, it's just, and it's easy. It's because I know their pattern, the pattern of that behavior. And I tell, oh my God, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. And then not even a week. We don't even wait a week. The thing happened. Okay? And what do I say? I get frustrated. I tell them, oh my God, I tell you this is going to happen, but you don't tell me. So I get frustrated. So that's what they were getting. So when I asked them anyway, so they all told me, Adhanet, everything you say is, we know you're saying it to help us. But the way you say it, it's not the message sometimes. It's the way. Okay? It's the way. It's the way you say that message. The way you give out that message. The way you give out that energy. Okay? All of them told me that. Your knowledge, everything. So what was that? Then I'm like, what? Now remember, because I asked this, to help myself, to change myself. It was uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable for me. Oh my God, they all told me this. It hurts for somebody to tell you, yes, yes, but the way you say it. So what happened is, and I noticed this, when I say stuff, the minute I opened my mouth, even though it was going to be good, that wall, they already had the wall up. Okay? Because the way I was speaking to them before, because I was talking at them. You see what I mean? That wall, every time I would talk to them, that wall was like, oh my God, here you go again. She's going to say stuff. It's not because it was not important what I was saying, but the way I was saying it. Okay? Why am I telling you guys? We can only change ourselves. And I'm going to tell you something. Okay? And then the same thing about, I do things all the time, but I complain when I'm doing it. I mean, like I said, 100% I'm doing it. But I complain. I'm like, what? What is going on? And guess what happened? I noticed that with my eldest child, okay? I noticed that she's brilliant. She's able to do something. She's able to do things, but she complains while she do it. You know what I mean? She's complaining. I'm like, wait a minute, you're able to do this. And she's a child, but she's able to do that, okay? She's able to do things. She's able to operate this more than I can, okay? But she complains. I'm like, wait a minute. I can actually see that spirit. Hi, Uncle. I see my uncle here. Hi, Assie. I can see that spirit also passing to my child. And it's like, wait a minute. And to me, you know that cycle. I told you, I always see that cycle in families and everything. I'm like, wait a minute. That is me. That is me. So I had to stop and say, okay, I need to do some soul searching, okay? I need to do some soul searching. I need to do some background searching. Where did I get this behavior? Where did I get this spirit? Okay? Like I said, I'm not saying this so you can blame your parents. I'm not saying this so you can blame your grandparents or great-grandparents. That's not what I'm saying. It did not start with you, but you have the power to end it. So I had to think and say, wait a minute, where did I get this? Where did I get this? Then, eureka. Okay? Bingo. I was able to connect. I'm like, oh my God, I know exactly where I got it from. I know exactly who the relative is, everything. I'm like, I know exactly who I got it from. Then I was able to break that spirit. When I took that responsibility, okay? When I took that responsibility and say, wait a minute, this thing is not good for me. And not blame my siblings for not changing. Remember, we have to love people where they are, not where we want them to be. And I was not thinking like the way I'm thinking right now. I probably was worse the way that, they think. But I had to go through a lot of education, a lot of whatever. God had literally to, take me out of my family 7 years away and translate or transfer or to change my mindset. Okay? But for me to come back to my home and judge them because they're not thinking the way I'm thinking, because they're not trained the way I'm trained, you see what I mean? That's not fair for them. And it was creating something between us. I love my siblings and they love me. They could say, we've been through a lot in our life, okay? And we have allowed that to bring us together instead of dividing us. That's a choice also that you can make. But anyway, like I said, so I wanted more loving, more connection with my siblings and with my kids and everything. So I had to say, wait a minute, I need to stop doing this. So take responsibility, go back to your family history, find it, find the source, and then work to cut it. So what did I do, okay? What did I do? I'm going to tell you. What I did is I told my family every time, if you guys see me, every time, if I'm talking at you and not to you, if I'm using confrontational and not carefrontational when I'm speaking to you, if I'm not speaking to you in love, if I'm not speaking to you, empower you and encourage you, please, I told them, please hold me accountable. Please tell me, oh, here you go again, you're doing that thing again. All I told them is just say, oh, you're doing that thing again. And guess what? They started doing that. Because nothing changed. Like I said, the cycle, it takes a long time to break. So I told them, it actually 30 days, 60 days. I told them, if I do this, please tell me. Okay? Please. Hi, yes, how thank you for joining me. So I told them, just do this, okay? And the same thing. Now, if I'm going to do something, I'm not going to complain because they helped me to. My siblings helped me. My mom helped me. I told her, if I'm doing this, just say, all you have to say is, hey, you're doing that thing again. And let me tell you, that's how I came up with LEAP. LEAP stands for love to empower a person. That's how LEAP was born. I had to say, wait a minute. The only thing I have to do as a person, as a human being, is actually love a person where they are, love myself where I am, to empower them, to inspire them, okay? To be the best of themselves they can be. Love them where they are. Yes, they're going to make mistakes just like I did the way I was treating them. We're always making mistakes. But who am I to judge them? Who am I to talk at them instead of talking to them? Who am I to just judge them? You see what I mean? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Hannah. But you know what I mean? So that helps me now. If you speak to people in love, come to them in love, not to say, I'm right and you're wrong. Your truth. I speak my truth. But I know 100% my truth is not your truth. Sometimes it might be 70% your truth, 100% maybe depending what season in your life you are. Sometimes it's 50%, and sometimes it's just not your truth. And it's okay. It's okay if it's not your truth. It's just mine. So I learned to speak my truth loudly and unapologetically. Why do I have to apologize for speaking my truth? And I encourage you to do the same. Speak your truth, even if I don't agree with you. Even if you're going against, what my beliefs are. Speak your truth. It might not be my truth, but it is yours. God gave you that truth. Okay? That's what I mean. We need to agree to disagree. So that helped me to break that cycle that I learned from my family. That did not even start with me, but I was able to end it so my children don't have to get it because I dealt with it. And it's a practice. You have to practice it every day. It's just not one thing and say, okay, I broke it and it's the end. No. Because there's always going to be something that triggers you. There's always something that triggers you. You see? In anything, there's always a trigger. But let me tell you what I do now. If my sibling call me with some issues and say, yes, my sister is saying, when it comes from a place of love, it's easier to receive. Amen to that, sister. And thank you because you guys taught me that. Because they taught me that. Yes. My sister just said that. Yes. It is true. If it's not coming from carefrontational and it's always confrontational, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. It's not going to help because that wall is already here. When you're speaking, they're not listening. No. Here you go. She's going to say the same thing again. All right. You know what I mean? But if you come in a loving way, I guarantee you your life will change in your marriage. Your life would change with your siblings. Your life would change with anything. And think about it. Why does the world have to get the best of me and not my siblings? Why does the world have to get the best of you, but not your children, not your husband, not your family? Think about it. Think about it like that. Everywhere I go, people tell me, oh, you're so nice. You did this for us. You encouraged us. But I want that with my siblings too. My siblings deserve that. My kids deserve that. My husband deserves that. So the same thing in your life. What is it? Something that's in your life that you're not successful at. Okay? Think about it. Be honest with yourself. You have to search within yourself. You're doing this for yourself, not others. Okay? So doing that helped me to be a better sister, a better older sister, a better wife, a better mother, a better daughter. Okay? It helps me. It helped me to do that. And every day I practice that. Now what I do is when my siblings call me and say, hey, this is what's going on, you know, and I'm like, and I could feel that spirit, okay? That spirit, that confrontational spirit. Oh my God. And then I said, oh, I can't talk to you right now. Let me go and calm myself down and I'll talk to you. Not at you. I'm going to talk to you. So give me a moment. So I said, I got to go now. Okay? So sometimes mama needs time out. The sister needs time out. I said, let me go and deal with myself first. Then I'll be able to talk to you in love. Okay? That's what I mean. When I created Leap, you have to love somebody. You have to love yourself. You have to love somebody. You have to love on them. Okay? In order for them to be inspired and to transform their mindset. Because if you're just like talking to them and talking at them and, you know what I mean? You're never going to get this. If somebody's telling you, you're never going to get this. Why can't you get this? It's just, you know, that's really hard. You're actually just, what you're doing is you're actually, they're going to be stuck, okay? They're going to be stuck. They're not going to be able to move into their blessing in that level. Let them make mistakes, but be there. Our job as human beings, as Christians, is to love. Nothing else. Is to love. Because if you walk in love, everything else you touch, everything else you speak is positive. And that's all God required us. After Christ, that's all He required us to do. If you walk in love, okay, everything else that comes is positive. Okay? So, like I said, if you can break that cycle, you break that cycle. Well, first you take responsibility and say, wait, what's going on in my life? That's not successful in any area of your life, whether it's your marriage, your, like we said, business, money, family, anything that we're talking about, anything. If you look in there and look that you're not successful, you think that you're not successful, think and say, why am I not successful in this? What is it that in my family, that's something that, because anything, I'm telling you, it is in your family gene. It's in your family history. Look back and say, why is it spiritually? Why am I not successful? Let me tell you something. When I see people are not successful in their spiritual life, it's because they have family history of religious mentality. Okay? Instead of trying to connect with God, instead of trying to connect with God themselves, to have that connection, that spirit, there's a family history of religious mentality. And that's why I don't believe in religion. I don't think religion is bad. I don't think that all religions are bad. That's not what I'm saying. Hear me. But when you're a religious person, you're more worried about the religion history or the religion rules instead of like connecting with God. You see what I mean? You're more worried about, for example, I'm going to give you an example. There's a lot of people that think, Catholic is the only way to go to heaven. Orthodox is the only way to go to heaven. Whatever your religion is. Kind of, if you're the only way to go to heaven. Or whatever it is. But that is not true. Okay, it doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter what your religion is. God is one. God is God. So if you're not successful spiritually, examine, do you have religious mentality? Do you think only your religion is the right religion? No, that's not true. That might be your truth. That might be the way you practice, but all religion lead to God. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you an example, or the way I see things. And like I said, the reason why I can see this way now is because God actually allowed me to get out of let me tell you, growing up, I was Orthodox. Then I went to Catholic school, high school. Then I went to Presbyterian college. Then I went to non-denominational, where I went to Baptist and all that stuff. But God allowed me to see that. And all I got from there is, my God, they all think their way is the way. But what I could see was, wait a minute. These people might be jumping the way they, the way they praise God. Or some people are, like kneeling. Some people are standing all day. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, God is God. And it doesn't matter how they're practicing, how they're praising, how they're connecting to God. That's just their way. That's just their truth. It doesn't mean it's not right. Okay? So if you're judging people because of their religion, because it's different from you, my friend, you're not successful in that. You're not successful in that, I can tell you that. Okay? Religions are like this. Think about this. Let's just say you're going to the airport, okay? You're going to the airport. And now you're going to be calling Uber, okay? You're going to be calling Uber, and this vehicle, that Uber, okay? It doesn't matter. It could be whatever vehicle it is. Let's talk about the vehicle. That's going to be the religion of the one that you're practicing, okay? It could be Toyota, it could be Honda, it could be Mercedes, it could be whatever vehicle, whatever that name brand it is, that's your religion. But think about it. That vehicle that picked you up from your house to go to the airport, where is your destination, okay? It's going to go, whether it's going to take detour or long or whatever, either way, it's going to the same airport. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? It might be different type of car, different type of, religion, but you're going to the same direction, the same destination. That is God. There's only one God. So don't hate people because they're practicing different religion than you, because you don't understand it. You see what I mean? If you're doing that, that means you're not successful in that area. Open your mind. It might not be your truth, but it's their truth. The most important thing is that you're connected to God, the way you understand, the way. So if somebody is going to be praising Lord, loud, power to them. That's the way they connect with God. If somebody is going to say, whatever, good for them. And if somebody is going to be standing all day with battery, good for them. That's just the way they practice. But God is God. I don't care what you call God. God is God. That's all that matters. Okay? So if you're not successful. Another thing. I don't know how many people, what kind of people were watching me. Another thing I'm going to tell you. Another thing is racism. Racism. Okay? The way you see humanity. The way you see, listen to me. Okay? The way you see humanity. Think about it. Racism did not start with you. Did not start with you. If you look back so many generations, slavery, okay? Not going back, even just slavery. The way they saw people that are in different color, that mentality started then, okay? But without you, unconsciously, it's also operating in you. If you think you're better than a black man, if you think you're better than a white person, if you think you're better of Chinese, Asian, whatever it is, just because of your color, my friend, you just miss your blessing, and you just failed in that success, that area of success. Think about it. You're a human being. You just failed at humanity, and that did not start with you. It started in your family. That generational cycle we're talking about. It didn't start. Racism didn't start now. Didn't start right now. It just, you know what? We can see it now. Because of the power of technology, we can see it now. It's exposed more now. Okay? But it's always been there. It's always been there. So my friend, hey, like I said, examine yourself. This is about you. This is about you. If you're a racist person, if you think people are, you're better than other people because of the way you look, or people are, people are, just, you see people, how can I say it? if you think people don't matter because they're not the same color than you, that didn't start with you. Go back, my friend. Go back to your family generation, okay? Family cycle, and break that. And you can only do that if you want to do that. Okay, I can't change you that. You have to change that for yourself. Because think about that. Think about that. If you're a human being and you cannot accept humanity for what it is, the color, whatever religion, whatever sexual orientation, whatever, whatever color, whatever, what can I say, gender, whatever socioeconomics, it doesn't matter what it is. If you cannot accept humanity as that, then you're not successful at that. And especially as a Christian person. If you're a Christian person, God created all of us the same. God created all of us. God does not make mistakes. He sure didn't make a mistake when He made me this skin. He didn't make you a mistake. You are not a mistake, by the color of your skin. But if you can't see that, if you can't see past our differences, whatever that is, then you just failed at humanity. You just failed. Okay? So think about it. Think how successful you'll be if you could just see people, for human beings. And not like, oh, this person is black. Oh, this person, she's a woman. Or she's, this person is gay. Or this person is the Pente. Or this person is Catholic. Ooh, is that you? Is that you? I don't know if it's you. Search yourself, my friend. Search yourself. That is not humanity. God does not make mistake. So you need to break that cycle in order to be successful in that. In order to be successful in interacting with human beings. Okay? So like I said, and ask me, please, if you guys have any questions, ask me. I don't know where we are. It's probably, it's been an hour already. So I tell you my stories because I want you guys to be inspired by them, and choose to choose to change your mind, choose to change your mindset. When you change your mindset, you change your world. Okay, you change the way you see things, not from how your grandparents gave you the idea that your grandparents or your parents gave you, the idea that society gave you. Think for yourself. Come on, think for yourself. Just because there's racism, going on in your family, you can choose not to be a racist. You can choose to do that. You can choose to be somebody who's not in that religious mentality. Every religion is the same. They all go to God. There's only one God. It's just different way of practicing. Okay? And like I said, I can say this because, like I said, God has allowed me to go and and here's the thing, it's not comfortable. Sometimes when you see people do different things, it's not comfortable because you're not used to that. But when you open your mind and just accept it for what it is, and that you're just here to love, then things become easy, So that's all I have to say to you guys. We're all imperfect people. And one thing I have to say to you, we're all imperfect people. And God always uses imperfect people. Think about it. The disciples, when they decided to follow Jesus, He called them. And what did they do? They had to break a lot of things. They had to give up a lot of things. They had to give up their old lifestyle. They had to give up their family names, their name, literally, they had to give up their name. They had to transform their mindset. They had to be a new person, a new way of thinking in order to follow God. Okay? So you can't be half Christian. To me, it's like you cannot be half Christian. It's either you're a follower of Christ. That means you practice, and I said it's not easy, but you practice His ways. If He tells you to love everybody and even love your enemy, do that. It's none of your business how they look, how they say things, or how they don't say things, how they wear things, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's none of your business. Your business is literally to love them and love yourself. So, like I said, break your family cycle. So what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to break? What family cycle can you see that's operating in you and that didn't serve in your family, and that's still not serving you, and that's keeping you stuck, moving into your success that and your blessings that was already given to you when you came in, way before you came into this world. Okay? So that's all I have to say. In all areas of your life, you can always go back and pinpoint how your family operated in that. And like I said, I say this, don't ever blame your family. They only did what they knew was better at that time. But God has allowed you to be in this generation. And this generation that everything is possible, you can learn. What did God say? For the lack of knowledge, my people perish. At this time, that's by choice. You have the ability to learn things, to acquire knowledge and practice that and walk in that, act in that, okay? So you have to take responsibility in your life. You can't say, I didn't know this. What are you going to do with this information? And here's the thing, most of the time, you've already heard this before. Whether it's in church, whether it's anywhere, on the internet or whatever, you've already heard this before. But what are you going to do with it? Are you just is this going to be another information? Because we, as human beings, we're informational junkies. We just acquire all information. But what are you going to do with it? Are you going to take responsibility in your life and say, hey, maybe I need to change in this area. Maybe I need to be more successful. Maybe I can improve in this area of my life. Okay, you see what I mean? So take responsibility because the blessing was already given to you. So if you're operating in hate, if you're operating in laziness, judgment, or whatever, that religious mentality, you got to break that cycle. You got to take responsibility and break that cycle. So, the blessings and the success, it's already in you. It's just buried, like I said, on that lost and, how you have lost and found box, that everything is like dumped. Think about that. That's like everything that your family said about you, everything that the way your family think about the world. Oh, it's dangerous. The way your family think about different races, the way your family think about women, the way your family think about gender differences and sexual orientation and religion and everything. Everything is in that. But also your success and your blessing is also in that. Way deep in that. So what do you need to do that in order to get in there? You need to take out, give out, take out. Throw this stuff that has not been serving your family and that's not serving you. Throw that stuff and guess what? Eureka. Bingo, there's your blessing. Okay? That's all you need to do. And have you ever thought about the way we say things? We always say, have a blessed day. I wish you have a good day. I hope your birthday is, but I sometimes think about it. Wait a minute. I'm already blessed. I've been blessed from the day that I've been born, or way before I was born. So actually we need to change our language. What we need to do is, may you walk in your blessing because you're already been blessed. May you know that you're blessed. May you know that this is already a great day that the Lord has made. You just need to be glad in it, no matter what the circumstances, okay? May you know that you're loved, okay? And may you love yourself just the way you are. And may you love others just the way they are, okay? Because you're already successful. You're already blessed way before you were born, okay? You just need to break some family cycles and some family cycles of trauma to enter into that cycle of blessing. Leave that cycle of negativity. Leave that cycle of judgment. Leave that cycle of curses, family curses. Let me tell you, if it's something that is not serving you, if it's not something that is holding you hostage, it's a cycle of curse. It's not a blessing. If it's not a blessing, it's a curse. So leave that cycle and leap into your blessing that was already there. All you have to do is just leap. and everything else will follow. So my friends, if you don't have any questions, all I have to say is, may you find your truth. And when you find it, may you speak it proudly and unapologetically. Okay? Because it's already in you. Because your truth, your success, and your blessing is already in you. You just need to look in and find that truth, that blessing, and speak in it all the time, no matter what. No matter if I agree with you or I don't agree with you. I'm just speaking my truth. It might not be the truth that you're looking for, but this is my truth. Okay? I love you. So go in peace, my friends. If you have any questions, just let me know. When you plan to change your life, what strategies do you use? And go some. Like I said, with mine, I told you, there's different. Sometimes you don't need to change all your life because there's beautiful stuff in your life. There's some stuff, like for me, when I told you that I needed to change the way I spoke to my siblings. You know, I was talking at them and not to them. The way that I was complaining every time I'm doing something. And like I said, I do this for other people. But I was complaining. I'm like, oh my God. I'd be like, I'm tired of doing this for you guys all the time. I'm tired of, but I'm doing it. Okay? And my mom would remind this all the time. But I saw that in my 3-year-old child. She would always do this beautiful things. She's able to do that. But she would complain. And I'm like, oh my God. That is something that she got from me. So I had to take responsibility. Instead of saying, why do you do this to her? She actually got that from me. I don't know where I got that from at that time, but I had to think and say, wait, where did I get this from? Go back. So what you need to do is go back to the source, find that source, okay? And it's going to be uncomfortable, but you find that. Don't blame the other people, your family and all that stuff, okay? Don't blame them, but find that and then work to change that. What you can do, what I did with my family, is I told them, can you hold me accountable? When I'm doing this behavior, when you guys see the spirit, I'm not operating in love and I'm being confrontational instead of carefrontational, please remind me. All you have to say, I said, all you have to say is, ooh, you're doing that thing again. You're not operating in love. Okay? That's all they had to say. And that helped me. Okay? And when you do things, let me tell you, if you do things for 21 days, some signs say 21 days, some people say 60, or however it's going to take you, it might be 90, we're all different, okay? It might take you a year, but practice it until it comes, you know, your truth, until it comes until it comes true to you, until it comes a habit, okay? Practice that. So I'm still practicing. So what I do is, every time I'm about to say, you know, that spirit, I say, oh, I gotta go deal with my inside, with whatever is, so I can give you that love that you need, that you deserve, okay? That love that I offer to my clients all the time. So I would say, okay, I need time for myself. So I would leave them, if they're on the phone or anything, I would say, oh, I need time for myself. I would process that and come back and say, talk to them. And they're like, oh, okay. And it makes sense to them. You see what I mean? So that's what you need to do. Find out what it is that you don't like about yourself or about the way you do things, okay? But because we're not all negative, there's positive in you, okay? You don't want to change everything about you. There's some stuff that you want to change, you want to grow. So find out what it is. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? And what you need to do to change that. What steps? Like I said, have other people, have other like-minded people to keep you accountable. Say, hey, if I'm doing this, can you guys please remind me? You know, also just all I told them is because I don't want them to be confrontational with me also, because I would be like, you know, I would have my defense mode. So I told them, all you have to say is, oh, you're not operating in love, you know? That's all they did. And that really helped me. But you have to be willing to say, ooh, I don't like this about myself. Because it's hard to say that. We always, as human beings, we always want to change the world. We want to change everybody. Everybody, our, you know, wives, husbands, kids, neighbors, I mean, the world, we want to change everybody but ourselves. And we're doing it wrong. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to be changing yourself, your mindset. Okay? So I hope that helped you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't, we can talk about it later. Anybody else that have a question? Anybody has a question? But like I said, everything, you've learned it. We have learned a lot of things in life. And those things, sometimes they don't serve us. They just hold us stuck in our ways. And we don't know why. And like I said, dealing with mental health patients and, clients, I always can see that cycle, that family cycle. They don't know why they're feeling the way they are. Sometimes they don't know why they're depressed. They don't know why would anybody want to kill themselves? You see what I mean? They don't know why. But when I say, okay, what is that pattern? What is that family cycle? Can you go back in your family? If you do a family tree, like usually you could do like 3 generations, go back. How was your aunt dealing with this? How was your grandpa? How was your siblings and stuff? You can pinpoint things. Most of the time, when doctors cannot explain things, or when you cannot explain things that just don't seem like to belong with you, the way you're feeling, the way you're, like the symptoms that you're experiencing, oh, thank you. I'm glad that helped. You have to be like, wait, what's going on? This is something that did not start in me. But knowing that, you have to go back to that origin. And like I said, it's not about blaming others, about blaming your family. It's about taking responsibility and breaking that cycle so it doesn't go to the next generation, which are your kids and your kids' kids. Because we are growing up in this generation, we have the ability to do that. All we have to do is take responsibility and take that power back. You have the power to design your own destiny. You have the power to alter and change your destiny. So take that power, take that responsibility, because a lot of, everybody's brilliant, especially in our community. Everybody is so smart, we're always seeking to better ourselves. But if you don't break some stuff, I don't care how much education you have, I don't care how much money you acquire. I always tell money is not about how much you get. You can get I deal with clients, a lot of people that make way more money than I do. Money it's not about how much money you get. It's about how you manage it. It's the same thing in our life. It really is like one thing in our life. It's about how you manage your life. You could be a millionaire. If you don't know how to manage it, the next thing you know, you'll be in bankrupt. That's why a lot of people, they win millions and millions in here, but it doesn't even last 5 years because they don't know how to manage it. They lose it just the way they got it, fast like that. So you need to learn in all areas of your life. Think and say, wait, what area in my life am I not successful and why is that? Okay? So if you guys don't have any questions, I've already been holding you for a long time. Because I'm passionate about this stuff. You don't understand. I'm so passionate. I can go on and on and on and on. So I have to say, okay, it's enough for today. And I'll be teaching a lot more specific about this stuff. I'm trying to see like how I'm going to be making like lots of classes and stuff for people who are actually interested. I love my mom, but she didn't accept me, what I can do. If you don't, and please, like I said, if you have the ability to بتقرنيا غيركم كتبلني, go ahead بتقرنيا غيركم صحافلي, because تقرنيا كان ببي خيله جن كزارب بزحي بلانيو تقرنيا كزارب ولا قربي خيله جن. I can think and speak fast in English مالتي. تقرني عند حركوين بزح كحسب علني نحدا نقر حدا sentence قبل مالتي. So تبل علىها you know, give me a thumbs up. بتقدرني خبلون give me a thumbs up in the so أدي سي يفتوى أدي جن الساعة she doesn't accept me for who I am. كم نعيسي كم she didn't accept me for who I am. So انتي كجبره زعبو. What you need to do is you need to accept you for who you are. That's the most important thing. You need سخا نفسها كم تازل لخيا أفتازل لخيا سخا accept كتجبر لك نتانا بسخا مالتي. Okay. Everything else, everybody else will follow. عديها ሂወትካ كالوت كلهم شو بدحريخا. You have to believe in yourself. السخا أم نفسها how do you say believe كتأمن علىك. Okay. أم نفسها كتأمن علىك. You have to love yourself. Oh, okay. You mean a woman? Okay. Do you mean a woman? Give me a woman. Oh, I think you're saying a woman. Thank you. I think my sister just said you. If I love a woman. Okay. I thought it was saying mom. Okay, a woman, but she didn't accept me. What can I do, my friend? Let me tell you what you can do. She doesn't accept you. That's her loss. What you need. So it's gonna be the same thing. Just you accept yourself. Let me tell you, when you accept yourself. Again, it's with mom or whoever. When you accept yourself, نفسها دحر كم تادا لخيا فتخيا. You know, just نفسها فتوا. نفسها accept جبرة. Okay, so woman. Okay. إذا أحسبيتي نعخان دحر accept جبر هكا. Yes, thank you. And دحر accept جبر هكا. That's her loss, my friend. Don't worry about that. Maybe she's not meant to be with you. Maybe she's not meant to be with you, or maybe this is not the season. I don't know exactly the specifics, but maybe this is not the season. But what is meant for you will be. But what you need to learn is accept you for who you are, speak your truth all the time, and what is meant to be for you will come to you. You don't even need to go to it, because it will come to you. Okay? Number one, accept yourself, love yourself, and everything else will follow. Because that's just the way, law of attraction, that's the way. And the right person will be attracted to your truth. The right person will be attracted to the person who you are. Let me tell you something. Why do you guys listen to me? Why do you guys listen to me? Because you have you have that kind of mindset. Okay? Because your mindset is kind of like mine. The way you think, you're like, well, I might not agree with her. Maybe there's something there. Okay? So just speak your truth. Learn to do that. Don't try to impress a woman. Don't try to impress her family. Don't try to impress anybody. Be you. You, because you're uniquely just the way you are. You're perfect. God made you the way you are. So the right person will enter into your life. Don't try to, don't try to force them to be in your life, because that's not going to be good. Imagine حج كتمرعي خايم كلها كبلك خلها عند حرفليتك تتجبر تناف مرعي تأتني خانا بقله سلام تينا أوتاتو كتصبحنا جهة مرعي خايم من هت مرعي تأشم خوينسي عيدلني ندحر حج فليتك هاجن. Take your time, work on yourself, okay, and then أبتي ناتكا life ندحر كهونو هينو نايزق أبيها نجر ندحر كهونو, then they will be. What will be, okay. I love the song, Sera, anyway, whatever will be, the future is not for us to see. I love that song all the time. So just work on yourself, my friend, and everything else will follow. I guarantee you, that's just the way it operates. Walk on your blessing, and the blessing, that cycle will continue. Okay? I hope that helps. Anything else? Anything? Hi, Mada. Anything else? I'm done. If you guys if you don't have any, you're welcome. I hope that helps you, okay? Because listen, my friend, you're unique. You're a very unique person. God made you just the way you are. So don't try to change for people. If you change for people, that's not going to last long. That's why I tell people, sometimes some people marry somebody saying, oh, مستمر أخوة, وي مستمر أخوة, كتقيرها. Why would they قير? ننبسم لي تغيرس نعاخا خغيرو. Come on, common sense, okay? Sometimes, okay, change يقبرو نحد سمن, نحد ورحي, even عمت كلت عمت. Again, to old behavior, to old spirit will come because you know, you can't change a person. You can only change yourself. So when you marry somebody, you better accept them for who they are, exactly for who they are. Not wait. Oh, Mr. Marana change Gabria, Mr. Marana change Gabri. No. If the person you're marrying is, how can I say this? If you knew this person was an alcoholic, if this person was an alcoholic, and you're like, well, Mr. Marana, ba'alay change Gabri, you know, because love change Gabri. You can give them all the love in the world, but if they're not willing to change, because change is hard. I'm only changing the way I say things to my siblings because I want to change. It's hard. And I have to tell them, can you tell me this, please? So, and anything, okay, why would they change? Why would anybody change? Okay, why would they change? Change. Okay? So I hope that helps. Thank you, sister. Anything else? Any other tashimo? Okay, and Nightigrinya. A lot of people why Tigrina they Zarabi, but Tigrina they Gabriel's tashimo. I'm gonna let me see. Okay, no, I'm just reading stuff. Why Tigrina Gabrani? Because Tigrina comes to 3 word lahom. Comes to 3 word. Oh, was that my sister? I think she gave me the angry. She does that sometimes. Tashim, she gets excited and she gives me the angry Tashim. But anyway, yeah, I know that's you. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, Tigrina comes Zarabakum Alaho. You see, Buzak Haswal and if Tigrina Zarab, Kaltifa I met you. So is it already Sa'atin for Adahon Wasil Namish? بتقرني عند حرقيريا oh god 3-4 ساعات كوستدي مالتي you see that's why بتقرنيها جن بتقرنيها قبرك أني كفتنا okay خلوا تالو عنده أني interested دخانو تقرنيها دزاربو بتعمي الله مليئهم like-minded people that I really admire they inspire me the things that they do ني هزمناك حجزي لهم ني communityناك حجزي لهم دبلو مليئهم الله that حج دفلت الله ما ده السب بزحت سبات يبلني زت قبري ده لخسي you know encourage قبرني بتعمي تصبوي and بتقرنيها قبري يبلني أني مهارة له كنقولكم سي شو عت عمت كاب سدراي وصعه تمرت خيدا نره حجبت تمرتي حبش هاد بحال ينبرنن بيني يا نره تقرنا دزار وسبا ነገር አይነበረንን حدا غزي قدام سنبت يمت مسدراي شو يزارب نيرن اشتي but والحنتي شو عت عمت هاي والحنتي نبرنن ناتي عرختي فريد ناتي تصلمتي تصعدو افريقاوان whatever Asia, call it Mexican, بزحت نرم قد حبش هاي نبرنن. So language like anything is if you don't use it and حديتك أم كله تتفاعلها. So نعطيك أنت خيرو. سلديتك أم كله عند كيدو مالتي. جن أبوشتاي كم دللا يفلته. It's أبوشتاي. Okay? حجي ما تسأله. ولا مستبعي بتقولنا يزارب بزح نيشتاي well يفتن. Miss my mom the same thing. Miss حواتي نن إشتاي حجي متعال especially حجة خاني you know كمهري له educate كجبري له سلا دي بللخو دي أصل لخو دي جمر دلخو السخاء يتبعني له مالتي okay حجي أتي تقرني يسي I'm not confident then كب English سي which is kind of sad because Tigrinya is my native language. Tigrinya is my mother tongue, but you know, I was not using it. I took amalani nere. أنا عايك بلانسي. I would love. جن جبلكم حجي يصير لحتى زاربة بزحي ما تصير حدا جزء. So it's within me. I just need to be confident. كوينة بو كزارب قبل على مالتي. Okay. Yeah, I would love بتقرنا that's my passion actually that's my passion because بتقرنا نحرقره نهزبي ندخانة تقرنا سبد زارب كم هري خيله مالتي كتا education but there's a lot of lack of education ناي mental health ناي أمره تأجمعت قلا أب بتسمنا أب حبرتسمنا تأشميو كم زي دخمت كوني سمعك كم زي بعلقة خاب عداقة خيت كاتي جزء كم خيني تسمعك كم خيني تحبرت سبنا تسمعه جن نأمره حساب أو نأمره حمام it's not it's كم يجر كأن حرسب بندحر شكوري على لو أو ناي رأس حمام على ناي you know whatever it is كله نجر على لو دحاني جن ناي حمام ناي رأسي إنكات ندحر على لو جن كله تبل you see السوق كم خونا جباني جن أتي تمرتس لزي بالناي حجنا عايك السو that's كم قبر يدلي دلخو نتي هزبناسي كمهرة قبل يدلي دلخو because obviously God gave somehow I was able to be in this field abzi you know you know mental health field so I do want to teach that to my people so تقرناسي يمتعله يمتعله and the more تبلون خاني the more I think هو خلاه you know حنتي حفت ناس عن تمالي دوين هاللي ب you know بتلفوني زاروا نيره حجنا impress كجبرا له بتقرنا I don't know أبزن دحر الله you can say it بتقرنا زاروا قال وا تقرنا خزك أحد قال له أنا وا impress كجبرا كيلنده تقرنا يصير جبرا ذا لخو قال له صحة ما يتع I'm trying really hard and you know just you will see me grow تقرنا كمتسيو يمتع الله I know it's within me like success like everything it's within me it just needs to come out كمتسي جزاي بلالله جن you know it's within me يمتع الله سيعني لي ك تحابركم مني يعني لي تتابعوني ذا لهم تقرنا دحنا يمتع الله hopefully حدا حاونا خمي لنا عنته معسي بقدامه يسد اوي تقرنا ندحز زربا جميرس بجاخ نفت انجلش كتملس خطب لاني اخا because تقرنا يسي 3-4 ساعات كوست اللي نزي already حدا ساعات توسد اللي قليله دحنا جاخ قال مالي لنا مالتي سلسو زخونه so I thank you everybody ندحر question ديبلنا كعدسو مالتي already بزح حزلكم let's see oh I love this guy I love Maharisiyum I love that let me just say I commend you I love that I love when people ask questions I love that you know don't ever be ashamed to ask questions I love that to exert my feeling to especially a lady how can I improve oh man how can you improve just be yourself just be yourself this person that you're talking about she's just a human being just like you okay no matter how let me tell you the first thing no matter how beautiful you think she is God made her beautiful she didn't make herself beautiful I'm sure she's beautiful I'm sure صبقت قالها جن remember نعم جمرة صبقت قالها good for her نعيت مي صبق ودي نحركينا صبق قال نحركينا that's قابه دقبرة not 2% دقبرة okay so that's good what about inside أبوشتي ناتم مرضي صبقات okay تجبري ناتم تي character ناتم صبق دي so that's what you need to know but for you like I said focus on yourself okay focus on yourself and say what can I do to improve so you say that so when you see this person just think about that she's a human being and most of the time مبزحت إجزاء السنة بعلا كم أفيل تقبل as human beings we think oh my God I don't know if I can speak to this person I don't know but they're always afraid but fear and I'm glad you said fear is something that you have learned you know the only thing that when we are born to this world we're only born with two things that we're afraid of the fear of falling down okay and the fear of loud noises those two we're born with if you ever pay attention or observe قلعت you know هتسانات نيشتي كلو اندحر something قدام يلو يسنبدو كم زي تعشم يخونو and then اندحر تعشم ولا عرات قالوا خوينا من الحركود خوينا مقالي those two things we're born with كالا نقرقن كل نقر تماهرنا يعنا so this is what I'm talking about family cycle كابي where did you get this fear you sure مساخد born دخوني كونن okay كابي where did you get this fear you need to learn that's what I'm talking about in your family look back in your family maybe you thought and here's the thing what I've learned sometimes the way we're raised we think other people are better than us nobody is better than you You know, because the way we raise, we think everybody's better than us because maybe they're the way they learn, they look, or because they're richer than us. No, nobody's better than you. God created all of us the same. So Zia Gwal, she's a Gwal, you're Wadi, كلهم نعملها تعشميهم دك عملهم مالتي. So and hits about to خينا, so it's about to خينا. Zgabi heri abilwa. Nah, it's about kanka. You look like it's about anyway. Zgabi heri you come bil kamera. بعد خي كون كان it's about kanka. Gin inside natka, the way you feel about yourself. That's something that you need to change. And let me tell you, that girl is gonna be coming after you. Actually, not you going after her. When you're confident in who you are and able to speak your truth, everybody's gonna be like, oh, I want some of that. You see what I mean? Just be confident in who you are. Speak your truth. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay? And then another thing you could do, have somebody else hold you accountable. And another thing I want to tell you. Before you speak Naza Agwal, you know, this Gwal, she's so shukorina, you know, it's about to ta'ashum bilka. Nakhalik Gwal, Khalik Gwal her mahazalat ka khalik gale, na'at hazarba. You know, practice gwara. Practice always makes perfect. Practice in hergerka or dohane nakhalik Gwal that you're not interested to. Just about khalik na bzaba fateki galamala de kone. Nakhalik Gwal that you're not interested. Wala ta'adade wala tigrinyan. You know, it doesn't matter who it is. Talk to her. Say, hey, what time is it today? Hey, انتي دا أخدم ببدأ لخير زخنا نجر. بزعبا anything, not بزعبا asking her gale. Then when you practice that, then it's gonna be like, oh, it's actually not a big deal. And actually, بعلن كما تأخذ, not صخت كده. Trust me, okay? So I hope that helps. Is that Tigrina your first language? Yes, it is. Hawaii, good. I took I'm calling بزح جزء سحجي زمت سدلا. Yes, Daniel Hawaii, away Tigrina. عدي أتولي دمت بزح حبز جرادة. So if you حجيني ما تسأله. Oh, thank you, Freedom. Thank you. And let me tell you, كلكم أبزد لكم سيب لكم. You think I'm smart and all that stuff, قال لكم smart يهم. The only difference is I'm speaking my truth. I'm walking. You see, I'm walking in my success. I'm trying to tap my potential because I already know the success is in me. And I was not always thinking like this, but the minute that I did, okay, that's why it's easier for me to speak because I'm speaking my truth. Nobody else's. This is just me, okay? There has go. It's like what? Saat hada'u? Sorry, it's my sister, Gesha Adallah. So go back to sleep, Hafte. Thank you for watching me. Go back to sleep now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let me see. Yes, it is بتعمي. So keep it up. Thank you. Trust me. بتقولنا خزارب كسمعني أخم كتريني أخم كعبية بزي بتقولنا خزارب. That's my تاشمو. You'll see how God works up تاشمو. Yes, we need you to speak in Tigrina. So Tigrina كزارب كله خسي دحاني دللا مالدي. يرداكم على تبو. Oh, thank you, Freedom. Thank you so much. Yes, wisdom is what, wisdom is something that we need. We can acquire all the knowledge in the world, but if we don't know, if we don't have the wisdom to talk to our siblings, okay, to talk to our family in a loving way, we need that wisdom. That's what we need. Most of the times in this world, that's what's lacking. There's a lot of educated people, a lot of fashion, but that wisdom is missing. So thank you. Nice and okay. Thank you. I'm trying to grinna. You met Allah. Thank you, Zahaway. You as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. So to grinna see you met Allah. I wish to say Allah. You met Allah. Malati gin ke below Allah. But to grinna mherka Allah si buzihi wastallay. Okay. You are good at Tigrina. Oh, yeah, and then I'm at the Hawaii. But Tigrina do practice كجبر Tigrina do ولا الكاي. أنت Tigrina كمان لا نزار بس كنا عمل دور كخب ولا الكاي. Okay. بنا لديو مسح لديو مسحنا عمل عائلة خدو ولا الكاي. right? You might see it الله. So just like I said, I need to be comfortable. Humanity. Thank you. But you might say الله. نزل ما حواتي أبزلوها يا حواتي الله. let's see. So just yeah, I gotta go now. Thank you يقنيلي for everything, and I thank you. And like I said, just speak your truth no matter what, because if you speak your truth, that's your truth no matter what. You can speak it loudly, you can speak it confidently. If somebody, you know, follows you, good. If somebody does not, it's okay, because you're still speaking your truth. You have that peace because you're being yourself and nobody else. You're not trying to imitate anybody. You're just being yourself. That's what I want for everybody. I thank you all. I know Mishati the love color, so I'm going to let you go.